Richard has a story that he always tells us about going to the corner store as a kid and what his money would buy them. And it seems like such an amazing event. So I'll just let him tell it.
Well, it was magical. All these memories you have as a kid. My grandparents had an upholstery shop, and after my grandfather passed away, my grandmother kind of she did the sewing department. She was down there sewing cushions and pillows and stuff for upholstering jobs, and we'd go and visit on Saturday mornings, and the first thing that she'd do is she had a bag of donuts from the bakery, so we got to have some of that. But then she'd send us on our merry way, and she'd give us 25 cents each. Around 1970, 70 to 73, it started going up towards 50 cents eventually. We'd take those one or two quarters, and we'd head down to the corner store. It was literally a block away, and it would get us maybe a chocolate bar, some candy, a pop, and a comic book. And sometimes we'd put a dime into the machine where you get those cool little prizes, and we do that. But we did all that for like 25, 50 cents.
Mhm.
And today you can't do one of those things with, I mean, you'd be stretching $1 if you could just get one of those things for $1. That's inflation.
Yeah.
Stuff gets more expensive. Nothing's ever changed, right?
And I think the one thing to highlight off that story is inflation is inevitable. It's also something that creeps up on us, but
Absolutely.
it is actually an important component of economic growth. But
Yeah, yeah, for
as
sure.
you were mentioning, it does take away our purchasing power. And
Completely.
yeah, as the prices of goods and services increase over time, it's a simple fact that your dollar will buy less.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
You know, let's use another example. And this goes back over a century, the 1916. 9 cents would buy you a quart of milk. Oh, we didn't have metric then, it was a quart. Okay. So let's just say a liter of milk. Um, 50 years later, that 9 cents would only buy a small glass of milk. And now, another 50 years, 100 years later from 1916 or so, 9 cents is going to buy you about 7 tablespoons of milk,
mhm.
right? Stuff gets more expensive.